Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to a new weekly breakdown. We are going to take a look at the usuals, the dollar index, Nasdaq, gold, Dow Jones, as well as Euro USD from a technical, fundamental perspective there as well. Firstly, looking at last week, we had a lot of news come through last week, especially for the index, right? There was basically a news event each and every day. Now, if you are not some of those guys who makes a day in the life of a forex trader, then you'd not be sitting in the market. I try to navigate away from dollar index pairs as much as possible, and the negative correlation also never checked out with the index and gold. So it was one of those things where it was very difficult to trade, especially if you're like me that is invested in index pairs there as well. And then apart from that, we have banks collapsing that is negatively impact the market as well. So from a technical standpoint, if the index decrease, you would then look to buy stocks, but now you can't buy stocks because the SVB bank is coming out of nose like we can't. So you kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. So look, if you're not into these kind of things, then I understand you would have bought that support and you would have sold that resistance, because that is the technical way of trading, right? You would have been the guy that says, okay, it is hitting resistance, I want to buy there. And then we all know what happened, right? And then you just went quiet because there's nothing to say. But at the end of the day, there's always a good time to trade, and then there's not a good time to trade there as well. So I'm not going to bubble too much on this, but we've got the interest rate decision coming through this week on Wednesday, and the forecast or the market sentiment is for the Feds to hike interest rates by 0.25 basis point. Now, do I know if that's going to happen or not? No. What do I speculate it's going to happen? I do expect the Feds to give us a 0.25, because Powell had mentioned last week Tuesday that inflation is not where they want it to be. So we could see the market, the Federal Reserve, still continue. And we also saw the sentiment went back up to 50% after the CPI data came through last week Tuesday as well. So I do expect the Feds to kind of just pump that interest rate slightly higher. The index is approaching support, so that would kind of just boost the market to go down lower between Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, interest rate decisions, we could potentially be there and then continue moving higher. The market also completed this head and shoulders pattern that I have been speaking about also in the previous video that I made, but let's move on. So let's start here on the monthly time frame. So this is the dollar index, right? And the reason why I like to do the dollar index, because this allows you, if you understand the direction of which way the dollar is going, that allows you to trade with any currency pair that trades against the dollar index. So if the anticipation for the dollar is to gain stronger, then that basically means that we expect any currency that trades against the dollar to weaken. So you can basically apply the same technical concept from there as well. Now, let's not go straight go all the way through there and just go straight into the daily time frame. Now, if there's one thing that I can tell you, is that we can definitely expect the index to continue lower into next week. What I do expect is we have an impulse. We got the correction, like I said, to the 61.8. The market also completed this head and shoulders pattern. We have the minus 27, which is the first take profit level. That's lining up perfectly with this level of support. That is also a good place for the dollar index to continue lower. Now, do I expect the index to continue lower going into next week? Yes, I do. The thing is, I just don't know how far low this market is willing to move, but I do expect the market to continue lower. Next up, we've got Euro USD. Now, if you go on the 4-hour time frame, Euro USD has got some clearance based on the liquidity that the CPI had dumped over here. So I do expect Euro USD to give us some, a slight continuation to the upside. For the market to potentially go and complete the triple top, like you guys would normally say, like the technical guys, let's say, the technical guys. But we're obviously faced with current structure over there. So it's important to just mine that structure. Also, always go on lower time frames. Wait for a clear break above that level and a continuation to the upside. Now, I want to speak to you guys about something, right? Whenever you look at the market, now I know a lot of you, you technical traders, right? But remember, the guys who runs the market, they know this, right? They know how we think. It is like, if you think about everything else that had happened in South Africa, nothing ever good comes from people in this country. And if you're wondering what do I mean, like, think of it in this way, right? South Africa appears to be, like, when it comes to traders, South Africa seems to be a bait, a target for scammers or for people that is looking to scam people out there. No, what I mean by that, if you look at all the people who has done people wrong in this country, who had left this country, their targeted audience when they run their ads is still South Africa. Remember when we had that broker who came out, I'm not going to mention any names, we had that broker who came out who never paid people, and then you had to go. I had that guy on WhatsApp where I was like, I need my money, please pay. Like, me and that guy, the owner of that broker, was going back and forward, and this was a couple of years ago, and that was made in South Africa. That didn't work out. Then we had the next person who came, and then every other mentor fall in that category as well. The nothing good comes from this country category, like that. Then we had this guy who came out of nowhere, again, coming here, also running up a massive scam. But the people who are scamming us in South Africa, who left the country, we are still the target audience. Have you seen ads? I've seen ads of a couple of people who doesn't live in this country anymore, but had scammed people before, then they left. But as I scroll through Instagram, I still see sponsored ads being targeted for people in South Africa. And now we've got a new thing also in the country from a South African as well. Now, I'm not going to speculate or say anything about that, but only time will tell how far that's going to go as well. But it is ridiculous how people think that they can target people in South Africa. But that is the thing, when we have a big desire as South Africans to become successful in trading, that we are gullible and willing to participate in anything that could potentially change our lives, right? So if anybody come up with a solution to the problem that we've been struggling with, we tend to just fall for it. But what's even more sad is that how these people have taken our money, they've left the country, but they're still targeting us. Like, we've taken your money, but I'm not here anymore, but you are still my target. Like, I'm sure you've seen ads of people who had scam people who doesn't live in this country anymore. Because I see it all the time. Just I don't have 100,000 followers to inform people. I don't care about followers. I don't care. I lost both of my, lost my Instagram account. I lost my Facebook account. I don't care. I haven't started a new one. I don't care about followers. I care about, I count pips. I don't count followers. I care about how much money I make every week. That is important to me. But if you have realized that any person who ever came into South Africa that had scammed us, that had left the country, they're still targeting people in South Africa. And it's very sad that they think it is okay to just come to us and say, we've taken your money, but we're going to take it again. And we shouldn't let people get away with these kind of things. So be vigilant and make sure that you don't fall for the same thing twice. There's a lot of content that you can educate yourself from, learn yourself from. And I'm going to give you an example of exactly what it is that I wanted to say here now. So, and that's basically me stating the obvious, right? The obvious for people, any new idea that came from South Africa when it comes to forex trading has failed, because we have a domino effect of everyone else who failed. Everything has failed because everything leads to a scam. There's no success story that had came out of South Africa of someone who actually made it. No, that's why people come to South Africa to run their scams, to leave, then to retarget their ads in the country, because people over here, it's very easy to just go, like, you can hit them over the head very easy, you can. So please be careful before you invest in anything that is related to South Africa, because why? Any case, let's continue. So to give an example of things that you need to stay away from, number one is stay away from simple price action trading in the week of high impact news events, right? Here's a couple of examples. Now, this wick indicates where the candle had gone closed before it pulled back on a lower time frame. And to give you an example of what I mean is, if we go on the 4-hour time frame, right here, this is what I mean. That this is basically the wick that you see here. This is an indication the market went up, hit that level, then pulled back, but you see it as a wick on a daily time frame, right? Because it's one candle that basically represents 3-4 hour candles in a day. Now going back on the daily time frame, now you see this is what happens when you try to trade price action. Here we've got the resistance broken, support, and now we've got the resistance again broken below. The market came back to test resistance. This time there was no rejection, it was just going boom right over, because the most obvious thing that a retail trader does basically is you come into this market, right, and you say we've got resistance. The thing is, you're out here looking for for an opportunity, because and the market says no, there's no opportunity for you here, and the market suits it right through that level, because it's got nothing to do with technical analysis. It's got more to do with the fundamental price action that is being developed. Now, going into next week, again, I tell people, it's stay out of the market. Like, if you see there's too many news events, it's best to stay out of the market. Now, I do expect a continuation for gold going into next week. I do expect the market to hit this level over here as well, but I do expect the market to continue higher. Firstly, now if you've listened to what I said before, this will be a level of resistance there. I expect the market to continue slightly higher, because retail traders are going to come in and get like, yeah, we want to sell there, and then we are probably going to get a pullback and then a continuation for the market to complete that level over there. We will also have a massive impulse, and if you take your Fibonacci from the low to the high to the wick of that daily candle, you'll see we will have a 0.382 Fibonacci lining up perfectly with this previous level of resistance that would then be broken and act as support. But that also means that because we've got such a strong bullish price action or momentum, we do expect the market to hit the 0.382 and then continue higher. Coming back here on the index and then Euro USD here as well, it's important that we wait for that break above that level and then that continuation. The Nasdaq also set for clearance to the upside, and then potentially a dump that is going to take place because there's too much uncertainty in this market at the moment. From there, I do expect a massive dump unless someone comes out and saves the banks that are getting a tough time. The Dow Jones a bit difficult to anticipate which way this market is gonna go, because if you've been here long enough on the channel, you would know that you can trade consolidation markets. But the reason why the market does consolidate, firstly, if you don't know why the market consolidates, I shall tell you now. So the market consolidates basically due to uncertainty, right? And that uncertainty is before they wait. I'm gonna use this level because I'm not gonna lie and say, yeah, this was just to make people think it was going to be a sell. But if we do go into those weeks there, it's fine. I don't want to complicate things. Market trends sideways due to uncertainty when they are waiting for high impact news to take place before they make a good trading decision, before they say we want to buy, we want to sell. So basically, after the interest rate decision comes out, then by all means the market would know exactly what is going to happen. We do know what's going to happen tomorrow in South Africa. There's going to be a national shutdown. It doesn't affect me because I'm always shut down at home. I'm always in the house, so that is my shutdown. But taking the circumstances of the country, and the economy is already not doing as good it is. You know, I don't know. I don't think the country can afford something like that. But I mean, who am I to say that? Any case, I'm just a normal person. And then we've got the dollar index that gold that we've just spoken about also. Now that is it for today. And like I said before, guys, please be very careful. Like, be very vigilant when you invest in certain people or certain traders or certain companies out here. A lot of people, the thing is, what makes it so easy for a lot of people to get away with certain things here is because they either not regulated to provide or render a certain type of service, or nothing can happen to them, right? You stay in Cape Town, you're buying something from someone who's in Pretoria. I mean, like, what are you going to do if he doesn't? And I take a lot of pride in the work that I do. Any person that has ever purchased any of my services, I have always completed the services. With me is you get what you pay for. You pay me to pass your account, I pass your account. You pay me for signals, you get the signals. You pay for mentorship, you get the mentorship. You pay for one-on-one, you get the one-on-one. That's not because I'm regulated by the FSCA, but that's because I take a lot of pride in the work that I do. And it's always in my best interest to make sure that I educate the public, which is also why I put a lot of my work out on the YouTube for free for everyone to learn from. Now, some people are like, yeah, you get YouTube revenue. Me get YouTube revenue with, I don't even get 1,000 views per video, but I don't care. Whichever person I can reach through the videos that I make, that is enough. That is okay for me. Nobody out there, the people who's claiming to be the best traders in the world, they don't even provide content for free because they can't trade. They don't know what they're speaking on. I say, there's other guy that says, when the rand is weak in South Africa, that gives us opportunity to buy. You think you can buy the rand? You think you have money to strengthen the rand against the dollar? You think that you have the liquidity to move the USDs? You person who you don't believe this nonsense that people like it's okay. Anyways, guys, your life, you do what you need to. That is it from my side. Have a safe trading week. Be careful. High impact news coming through this week as well. Thank you for your time, and as always, cheers for years.